Hello, welcome back to Code Cloud and DevOps Ask Me Anything. My name is Dara, and I got yet another question, and it goes thus. What is your take on learning in public? How should one do it even as a beginner with no in-depth experience? Thanks very much for your question, and I will answer this also directly and give some bit of my opinion aside from the things I've actually planned to say. Now, any approach you take to learning has its pros and cons, and it really depends also on your personality. Some people like to learn in public, some do not. So it's all dependent on your personality, to be honest. But I particularly actually admire the courage of those who do, because it gives a lot of accountability. And I think one of the pros from there is also it sort of boosts your profile even before you get started with anything. Now, learning in public for one it sort of gives you a push to be accountable to your, let me call them fans or subscribers and supporters, to say, I've committed to learning XYZ in 30 days, 40 days, 7 days. And in some ways, you can also inspire others to get started on that same journey with you. Maybe they even stuck and you learn from each other, and they can even improve on where you might have had shortcomings. And I think it's a big pro because, number one, you're documenting your journey as you go. I'll explain, if I was to do this, what I will do. You're documenting your journey, you're giving more like a pathway to someone who is coming behind you in the future. So it's more like you're contributing, which I think is a very great one. And one of the big pros I see also there is it gives you a voice and gives your profile growth even before you begin. It gives you visibility to potential clients and employers. Imagine you saying, I'm learning how to do DevOps in the next 60 days. I'll document this every weekday by 10 p.m. It means that someone who is a potential employer could see that. Someone who is a potential client can see this. I'm learning graphics design on how to make better designs in 7 days. And you post these updates daily. You are essentially putting yourself out there. You're building a portfolio in a way for yourself online, which I think is very, very great. But I also think in one way, it might put you under pressure. And now talking about the cons, it might put you under pressure because you may not be learning at your own pace because you want to learn day by day. Maybe for someone like you, your learning pace could be every 2 days, every other day, could be just weekends. So whatever you're committing to in public, you should try to ensure that you are comfortable with that pace and you're able to deliver. Of course, it's not like anyone will come looking after you if you do not deliver on that promise. But to be accountable is one thing, because that is also when those potential clients or employers see you, they want to see that accountability and progress and consistency also. So whatever pace you decide on is what you should be comfortable with. So it should not be something that puts you under pressure. Say, I will learn every day, I'll post every day. If you cannot do that every day, do not promise. If you're learning every day, yes, you can do that and post updates every week. That is perfectly okay. But what you're committing to should be something you're comfortable with and you can deliver on. That is simply the advice I will give on that note. Because some days, you might just not feel like learning or documenting anything. Life happens, the work you do that day might not be so encouraging that you want to post anything online, and you might just want to take some time off. But you've committed to something and you feel under pressure and discouraged because, I've let people down, I don't know how they see me now, all those kind of things. But if you don't put yourself under such undue pressure, you don't have to prove to anyone. And of course, if you put it out, you don't have to prove to anyone anything. But it's out there on the internet, and that is one of the things, cons I see with that. But I'm a big advocate of it, to be honest. Although I do more of private learning and then document the whole journey, and then after I post it online on things I was able to do. That is my own way. But your way is totally different. Now, I'll explain. If I was to do this by myself, what I will do. Let's assume I want to learn AWS, Amazon Web Services. I'll make a post, a blog post or a Twitter post or a thread tweet or an Instagram picture. Yes, I'm learning XYZ, or maybe a Facebook post even, or maybe a WhatsApp status. WhatsApp, I think it's more closed, so I think I'll first go on WhatsApp. So I would make that post saying I'm learning AWS, a particular thing, because I know AWS is wide. So you first want to list out the things you want to learn specifically, because AWS is wide, Azure is wide, GCP is wide, even DevOps is wide. So you need to pick something tangible, SMART goals, something tangible you want to learn. Say I'm learning AWS S3 in the next 7 days, and I'll be documenting at the end of the journey what I have been able to learn, and I will showcase you projects I've been able to deploy using AWS S3. If there's a service like that, I think there should be. Now, that is the way I would approach it, and then I would ensure I document everything I learned. I'm not so much of a big fan of, and I know this might not be you, taking notes. I generally don't like taking notes anymore because I think I'm smart. Well, of course, I still take some bit of notes, just points, but not so much in details, because I can always go back and expand on them. I like to explore my mind when I'm going through my points, so I go through points, not just notes. So that is how I would approach it. I'll list a plan. I will have a concrete plan. Well, it doesn't have to be super duper concrete anyways. I'll just have a sketchy plan on what I want to learn day by day. I will actually document it, write those steps, and also when I now go to learn, I know this is what I'm learning today. Of course, there might be times I might not. I'll ensure I update my fans and supporters on that also, to ensure that they are up to date on what challenges I actually faced during that process. And something around that line is how I approach it. Make a plan, post it online, what you're doing, what you're committing to, and then update on the schedule if I agreed on, and you'll be fine. And then also, watch out for the comment section, because someone might actually have a better learning material, a better opinion on how you will learn. And that is one of the benefits of actually learning in public. You can have a myriad of opinions and input into what you're learning. Someone might even give you a free tutorial course somewhere, who knows, online. And that is generally how I would approach it. And I actually hope that has answered your question a little bit. And if it has done, let me know in the comment section, or maybe send me a DM on Twitter or whatever medium I'll be posting this video or answer to you. If you have further questions, remember you can put it up as a comment, or you can post it in the QR code showing your screen right now, or use the link showing right now. I'll put those also in the video description and pinned comment. And if you enjoyed this video so far, remember to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. And remember to also subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss any further videos coming from me. Until I come your way again with yet another video, stay safe and goodbye. I'll see you at the top.